This is Ramon. I am recording something incredibly remarkable while experimenting with these magnets and these pair of flat wrenches, which are not magnetic. I repeat, they are not magnetic. I discovered some really strange phenomena, and I want to demonstrate really something very odd. First things first. Just prior to starting this video, I had discovered that I could move these magnets, right? Supposedly they have flux going through it, right? But I could move these magnets up and down, and really didn't make any difference to the behavior as far as what it could lift. So it lifted this up, and then this was stuck to the bottom of both of these, and then it just hung there. And then I was able to move the magnets all the way up to the top, and then even remove one, and it still held. Now, when I removed the magnets completely, of course, this fell down. Now, as you can see, the magnets are still magnetic, and I can take one out, and I can pick this up. Okay, but listen, look at this. Now, the magnets do not want to, well, there you go, look at that. So now it's transferring back into the bar. But a second ago, okay, so let's do the experiment again. I'm going to lift this up. I'm sorry, I can't get a really good angle. Maybe if I scoot everything farther away. Let's move this all the way over here. Okay. So it's wanting to lift. Okay, no problem. Okay, now I'm going to move the two magnets up the bar, and you're going to see that it continues to hold. Okay, there's one. Now I'm going to move the second one up. Okay, this one now, I think I shook it loose. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to move it carefully this time. Also up to the top of the bar. And it's still holding. Now I'm going to remove one of the magnets. I'm going to remove that one that I was just sliding. If I can do it carefully. Actually, I'll move the other one. It's easier. Boom, it keeps holding. Okay, so now I'm going to remove both magnets. Of course, it drops down. Okay, now I'm going to put both the magnets back on, in between the bars. And look at this. It suddenly will not lift this up. And in fact, look at this. Look at this. It is not even being magnetized to the side. Look at that. That's incredibly strange behavior. These magnets are pretty strong, but there's already a problem with the theory of flux going down to the bottom. But normally they can, like, even just a little corner of the wrench can lift this up. But now, after having gone up and removed it, and now I'll take out one, you know, you'd think maybe it was the rotation of it or something, but it's still not magnetizing to the wrench anymore. Okay, and I'll take out both. Okay, not magnetizing. I'll put one back. Not magnetizing. I'll put two back. Not magnetizing. I'll put them way down low. Not magnetizing. Look at that. Now, if I take the magnet out, attract the Allen wrench. Let's see if it goes back to magnetizing. I want to bring these back up again a little bit. A little bit. I could feel it, but it's not very strong. So let's take out the other magnet and see if it needs to reestablish a relationship. Boom. And now it suddenly wants to start lifting again. So this goes back to my earlier theory I had made about what polarity really is, what a field really is a relationship. It is not just about flow and flux. If it were really about flux, then it should matter. The strength when this does lift it up should be altered when I rotate these magnets around, as the direction of the poles should shift a bit. However, that never seems to make any difference. However, when the connection, which sort of established some kind of electrodynamic resonance, or maybe you want to call it a magnetic resonance, although I think that that's actually already a concept. When it establishes, if you then sever that connection, it's almost like the two lose coherence together, and then the magnets cannot. And they, by the way, they don't want to attract to any of these pieces of metal. Now, if I take them out of the wrenches, which again are not themselves magnetic, okay, they're not magnetic at all. If I go back and I reestablish connection with these wrenches, I have all these different Allen wrenches on my desk. Okay, now let's see if we can get this relationship back. I have it fairly high up on the wrench, that high up together. Now, like I say, something very strange is going on here. The physics is not well defined. If it was really about flow, if it was really about flux, then it should behave the same every time. But there is something interesting going on for sure in this magnet scenario. Let's turn the wrenches sideways. I can feel a little bit of the magnetization going on, but not nearly what it was before. Let me put a single magnet to a single wrench. Yeah, it doesn't seem to make any difference. I'll remagnetize this, or I'm going to not remagnetize, but just magnetize this Allen wrench. Let's see what that does. Okay, so now it's establishing. But theoretically, you know, any piece of iron, whether it's magnetized or not, should be attracted just the same. And when I first started this playing with these, the wrenches were not magnetized at all, and they started. Now look at that, it's back again. Now, they'll say that that's from realigning the atoms, and that the fall is what's doing it. But I disagree, and I'll tell you it's because any piece of metal, any piece of ferrous metal, without having aligned crystals, is attracted magnetically. But there's something interesting going on here with this. So now look, it wants to be lifted again. Again, I'll remove one of these. Oh, I shook it too much. You can see it's magnetized. Okay, I've removed one. Oh, keep over shaking it. Need more controls in this experiment. All right, I'm going to slide the other one up way far away. It should be really impossible for this distance to be covered by flux. There shouldn't be enough flux coming from the source, let alone going through tiny little cross sections here. So now I'm going to take it away. Drops back down. Put it back. That's not a very far distance to fall. It certainly shouldn't be, you know, earth-shattering. Look at this. Barely. Well, let's connect to this one over here. It just does not want to reestablish the connection. There's a little bit. And note, okay, I didn't rub this wrench across the Allen wrench, and yet a certain section of it had become magnetized. Isn't that fascinating? So it seems much stronger after it's touched this Allen wrench, which was touching this magnet. Then they all came back together. Another thing that's always bothered me with these, the flux experiment, is how you could take a magnet, which these are strong enough magnets, but I mean, they don't go through like 20 pieces of paper on a fridge or anything. So I could take this and then I can hook it to another magnet, and you feel a really strong connection there. And it can go an inordinate amount of distance, much further than the actual magnet itself can. So I'll show you, it's linked. See, it can go way further than it should be able to by itself. And that is unusual under the concept of flux. There really shouldn't be enough of a magnetic field, quote, flowing down. Even though magnetic fields don't really flow down. it really shouldn't be going all the way down. So I just wanted to point out this goes to show we really don't understand magnetism even, let alone electricity. I thought you guys might find that interesting.